Isaac and Claire are a young couple living in Oregon with their newborn baby named Noah. They both studied conservation and had come to Luangwa National Park to write their thesis. Their memories of Zambia are very special. It's where they fell in love with nature and met many kind rangers. Now, they have chosen to return to Luangwa for their first summer holiday with baby Noah, who is only a few months old. Claire believes children should experience nature early to feel connected to the big world. They made the long flight, carrying bags, strollers, and the excitement of coming back to their second home. At the gate of the ranger station, they were greeted by Miriam, the ranger who had once guided them. Miriam hugged Claire, shook Isaac's hand, and smiled warmly at the sight of baby Noah sleeping under a white blanket. The whole family was taken to a small wooden cabin in the forest, cozy and full of old memories. That evening, they ate with the rangers, sharing stories and laughter from the past. Early the next morning, a ranger named Mulenga drove them through the grasslands. Claire held Noah close while Isaac filmed the scenes of nature, hoping to save every memory. As they crossed a dirt path, they saw a herd of elephants grazing in the golden sunlight. Some baby elephants were playing near their mothers, creating a peaceful moment. Mulenga drove closer, but stayed at a safe distance so they could watch. Suddenly, a male elephant from the herd roared loudly. He pushed the others aside and stared at the car. Mulenga sensed danger and quickly reversed, but the noise from the engine caught the elephant's attention. The elephant let out a deep roar, spread his ears wide, and charged at them with incredible speed. Claire panicked and held Noah tighter. Isaac shouted at Mulenga to drive faster, but it was too late. The elephant was right in front of them. The vehicle flipped, spun, and crashed to the ground. Dust covered the scene. Everyone was thrown from the car, landing hard on the ground, knocked unconscious. Claire collapsed, but still clutched Noah tightly. The baby cried out loud. The elephant stayed a few more minutes, stomping on the car, then gave a final roar and returned to the herd. The grassland went quiet again. Only the crushed car and 3 motionless people remained. From the impact, they couldn't move or wake up. Noah was still alive, wrapped in his blanket, but hungry and crying softly in the wide, open space. His weak cries echoed through the wild. There was no one around, no phones, no signals, just the sound of the wind and heavy breathing. Claire frowned in her sleep. Even with her body limp, her arms still protected her baby. It was a fragile moment between life and the raw power of nature. A few hundred meters away, 2 leopards had been chasing an antelope when they heard a strange cry. They stopped, turned, and walked toward the sound. Slowly, with alert ears and eyes scanning the grass, they approached. Then they reached the crashed car, looked around carefully, and moved toward the crying baby. One leopard sniffed baby Noah gently, didn't bite, and calmly lay beside him. Noah still cried, but as he felt a warm body near him, he became quieter. The second leopard walked around the bodies of the adults, as if guarding them from any other danger. There was no violence, no bared teeth, just a quiet presence. The first leopard licked Noah's tiny hand and then lay down, partly shading the baby from the sun. Noah let out a few soft sounds, but stayed still next to the strange but gentle creature. Time passed slowly, filled with the wind, breathing, and the sharp eyes of the predators. No one could explain it, but it was clear they didn't want to harm the humans. Each time a bird called or grass rustled, one of the leopards stood up to check. They stayed close, like silent protectors, guarding something precious. Then, suddenly, one of the 2 stood up, turned, and ran away while the other stayed near Noah. The leopard ran across the grass, heading toward a trail where park vehicles often passed. Dust flew behind him, his body moved with the wind, and his eyes were fixed on a goal. At last, he found a patrol car with 4 rangers who were checking the northern zone. One ranger shouted, "There he is! That's the leopard with the white spot on his back. I remember when Mulenga saved him." The car stopped. The leopard growled softly and looked into the distance, as if asking the humans for help. The rangers paused, then understood. They turned the vehicle and followed him, watching him lead the way. The leopard checked back often to make sure they followed. The drive over the dry grassland was long. Tire marks were clear in the yellow grass. After nearly 5 kilometers, they saw the flipped car, trampled earth, and still bodies on the ground. Another leopard lay next to the baby, eyes scanning the area. The rangers rushed in. One picked up Noah, checked him, and sighed with relief. He was alive. The others checked Isaac, Claire, and Mulenga. They were still breathing, but badly hurt. From the scene, they guessed a surprise elephant charge had caused the crash. They sent an emergency signal and called for a medical vehicle from the reserve's main post. The white-spotted leopard walked toward the ranger slowly, eyes calm, as if trusting the humans now. In 25 minutes, an ambulance and 3 wildlife doctors arrived. They quickly checked each person, gave fluids, and bandaged their wounds. Baby Noah was fed by a female doctor, drank eagerly, then fell asleep in her arms. Isaac woke up first. His eyes widened when he saw the leopard sitting beside Claire and his son. "They watched over us the whole time," a ranger said while helping him onto a stretcher. Claire also woke slowly. She tried to hold Noah, then realized he was safe. Mulenga smiled weakly when he saw the old leopard that had once been saved by him, now helping save his life. All 3 were lifted onto stretchers and taken to the car while the 2 leopards quietly moved back toward the forest. One ranger ran after the white-spotted leopard and patted his head, saying, "Well done." No one would have imagined a wild animal becoming such a hero. The vehicle left the burned grass behind, leopard tracks, and a powerful story in its wake. The rangers stood in silence, filled with gratitude for nature's miracles. Someone whispered, "If those 2 leopards hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened." As the vehicle turned onto the dirt road, the family sat silently, holding hands, unwilling to let go. Outside the window, the wind blew gently through the tall grass, like a blessing from the earth and sky. At the medical station, the family was treated with great care by doctors trained in wildlife-related accidents. The doctors confirmed Isaac, Claire, and Mulenga had only soft tissue injuries and were not in danger. Baby Noah was completely healthy. No cuts, no infections, only a little dehydrated. Miriam came to visit, held Claire's hand and said, "The leopard kept my baby alive during the storm." A photo of the 2 leopards next to Noah was printed and hung in the middle of the ranger station, a symbol of hope. Isaac asked to visit the edge of the forest. There, he bowed to the leopard who had once been the subject of his research. He placed a bunch of wildflowers on the ground, a simple gift of deep thanks. Dear friend, thank you for watching the whole video. Don't forget to like the channel and subscribe to support us. See you next time.